Shells.
Yeah,
Walk
man.
one, you know.
Alright, Bridge Nation, it's all about Amplify, and this is a time where we get to feature entertainers, music, causes, or even just personalities with messages worth strengthening or even highlighting. And today, ready my G Bridge Nation, we're gonna feature Boddhi Satva, who's an Afro music DJ, producer, and music pioneer from where? Lisbon. Look at that man, Lisbon, Portugal. And he also has roots in the Central African Republic. And we know Roddy My G, he recently joined forces with Busy Signal, and we also know Bridge Nation as a world-renowned Jamaican dancehall legend. And they created the vibrant dancehall ancestral soul fusion party track titled Girls. So we just take a whole reason with the general Boddhi Satva and just find out about his journey and how that connection happened between him and Busy. So Boddhi, what go on? Morning.
Veterans, how are you? Roddy G. Shells, what's going on?
We're good. So, Boddhi, as I did some homework, I realized that you are credited with like a birth of a type of music, soulful Afro beats fused with some house and techno music. Tell us how long you've been in the music and what inspires your journey.
My brothers, I've been in the music for 24 years now, so I've been in the game for some time. Born and raised in Central African Republic, and I lived in Belgium for a good decade and then moved to Portugal in order to be closer to the African continent. And I was blessed to be raised in a small city east side of the Central African Republic, a city called Bria. And I was, growing up listening to all these traditional drums and seeing these traditional dances. I mean, all these rhythms and sounds really influenced my musical ear, I guess. And, eventually, even though my parents were not, especially my father, was not really about letting me embrace the music path in a professional way, he eventually accepted, gave me a chance. He said, look, I give you a year to prove me that you can do this seriously. And otherwise, you're going to do what I want you to do. And I said, okay. So I did just that, and God's grace has blessed me with the courage, the resilience, and the hard work necessary to prove him that I could do it, and prove myself that there's still room for creating and bringing about influences that can somehow add to the consistent efforts that we all put together as artists, not just me, many of us around the world, to always push the music, the envelope of the sonic envelope forward. And I came up with this sound that I call Ancestral, which is an emulation of various sounds, but it actually you can put it under the umbrella of the sound called Afro House, which also includes Afro beats, etc. It's a bit of it can be a bit of a jigsaw to resolve for a lot of people who are not in the industry. But let's just say that it's Afro music in general, and it's danceable music.
Yes, it is. I took a listen. I did some homework. I heard the music. I heard the songs. And yes, it is almost trance-like, but in a different way.
You see, the choice of words is important. You said trance-like, but you see, for most people, when they hear trance, they'll hear like super banging music. No, trance as in the spiritual elevation, right? That's what
that is exactly it. Yes. There you go. Here we go. Yeah. Right. So we're talking about this brand new collaboration from Ancestral Soul to a collaboration with Busy Signal. Now, Busy is a versatile artist. He's one of those artists who doesn't shy away from any challenge. You ask him to go on any beat and he's there.
Mash it up.
Was that a conscious decision when you said, listen, I want to do something special? Were you always looking at Jamaican artists? And how did you come by the selection of working with Busy Signal?
Well, first of all, let me explain that I was very blessed to have parents that introduced me to different sounds, and my father was a big reggae fan. And so I grew up listening to reggae music and dancehall. And for me, reggae music is part of my upbringing, and it's part of just what I listen to on a regular basis. And I'm a fan of the genre and obviously of the musicians and artists in the music genre that is reggae, dancehall, etc. So therefore, obviously, Busy is one of those artists that I admire and respect for the versatility and work. And so big shout out to Rodney Hill, Grammy Award winner, who's a good friend of mine with whom we work in a lot. And Tony C.D. Kelly, we had a conversation, and the possibility of working together was busy was presented, and I said, let's jump on it, let's do it. And this is how Girls came about. So it's a collaboration. Actually, it's myself and Tony C.D. Kelly on production with Busy Signal on vocals, and facilitated by Rodney Hill. And of course, we have had the pleasure to work together and making this collaboration. I think sonically a bit of a mixture between dancehall, or my take on dancehall, because I would never pretend to be a dancehall producer. I'm just somebody who loves and respects the genre, and try humbly to bring in my little touch.
And that's where I wanted to go, Boddhi, in terms of, your impact in our region. 'Cause I know you're doing your works over there, being a creator of your own sound. So I really love the fact that you appreciate what's happening here. But in terms of your impact globally, what would you want our region to remember your name for as it relates to music? Like in Jamaica, in the Caribbean, how do you want us to respond to your music?
I believe my number one intention is to bring back the spirit of Pan-Africanism. Obviously, I'm not doing anything new here. I believe the Afrobeats genre, with the likes of Davido, Burna Boy, etc., paying quite the homage to the genre. Not only of Afrobeat, but obviously using some dancehall elements and the verbiage, etc. As far as I'm concerned, I believe that there is more connection that needs to happen between the African continent and the Caribbean in general, and particularly Jamaica. I think that there's still a lot to be explored. And as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to my sound, look, man, I like to see myself as the guy who has no issues experimenting, exploring different sonic textures. And if I can be recognized for just being a guy that, dare to go for his dreams, to work with some of the biggest legends in the music industry, in the Jamaican music industry, and so on. I mean, great, and on top of that, adding to the cultural contribution of showing that we are only separated by geography, but, intimately and profoundly, we are connected by our roots, which, at the end of the day, are common. The African continent is the mother of all, mankind. So, we're just coming together, and I think this time is more than auspicious, because it gives us the opportunity now to explore sonically and go outside of what is typically known as dancehall or house or Afro this. No. We're about to now explore. Look at me. I'm known for doing a sound that is more Afro house music, etc. But actually, when I did that track with Busy, people are like, oh man, you can produce that kind of sound too, but it has its own twist to it. Yeah. That's the point. And as long as I'm able to do that, and I'm given the opportunity to do it, I will. And if I'm recognized for it, then fantastic. But right. At the end of the day, for me, it's music is first and foremost a passion, and I just dream to work with people that I respect and admire musically. So far, so good.
We're going to give them a listen to Girls, and then we'll come back and chat with Boddhi Satva some more. This is Girls.
Girls, 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 all girls. Colombia, I want you, girl, you know that I need you.
Shells, definitely some different sounds coming out in this music, even different from the traditional Afro pop that we hear, because there's a bass line, there's a thump in there, there's some sounds in their body that definitely different.
Yes, sir. That's what I do. Hey, sometimes I'm not gonna lie. People may not always be welcoming of it, but I have to say, again, my approach is humility. I respect music, and there's something that I've learned. If any of your listeners are accustomed, I'm pretty sure some are accustomed to the name Fela Kuti. The father of
that is it. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, man. I'm aware of Fela Kuti. Kuti.
Exactly. Fela Kuti said one thing. He said, I'm paraphrasing, but in other words, there's nothing more powerful than music. It's a spiritual thing that you must respect, because if you disrespect music, music will show you the way. So I think that, as far as I'm concerned, I've always taken that as a mantra, as a sort of like guiding star for my production. I respect music, and I try to just do my best to bring about freshness, or at least what I think is just some tweak. But again, I'm glad you guys are welcoming it so far positively.
Definitely hard hitting bass lines, but some drums in there, some frequencies in there that I haven't heard before that are different, and we appreciate the difference. We're loving the difference that you've brought to us. Continue to put in the work, Boddhi. Breaking into new territory is not always easy, but definitely a great introduction to us here in Jamaica. What else are you coming with for us to get more familiar with your work? Is there an EP, or is there a collection, a body of work that is more tailored to this region that will draw our attention to your music?
I believe there's more to come. There's more to come. I mean, I release music every week. I'm a workaholic. I work all the time. I'm releasing all sorts of sounds within the ancestral soul identity, of course. And you can be expecting much more collaborations coming along the way. I won't reveal anything because, it's a work in progress. Things take time. But, I can only advise anyone listening and eventually being interested in discovering my work to go check out on other streaming platforms. I release new music every Friday, so the catalog is rather big. You can dive into it when it comes to original productions, remixes, production for other artists. The catalog is massive, so go ahead, dive into it, and be assured that. Again, I don't want to say EP, but there's things coming. I just can't say yet.
All right.
I work in progress. Us artists, we go through our creative phases, but just wait and see. And so far, I'm very grateful that you received me on the show today.
No, man. Yeah, man. It's all a pleasure, definitely, buddy. And we want, as Ready Rightfully said, us continue putting in the work. And, definitely, on the bridge, we are going to show you a strength. So have a good day, bro.
Shells, thank you very much. God bless.
Yeah, man, no problem. All right, Bridge Nation. So that was Boddhi Satva. And if you guys want to follow the music, that's BODDHI SATVA. Find him on all social media platforms and support the thing. So good luck.